then deliver that information to any sort of ERP systems or accounts payable systems or other things you have. We can integrate it in. So it's all about just being more efficient and more accurate in your day-to-day work. So with that, moving on to the price considerations. The project that we're looking at right now, working with Marvin and Paula's team, again, we have a bunch of boxes of documents I do believe we're looking to get digitized. So right now we're looking for about 7 users with about 100 gigabytes of storage. Storage can grow over time. Online repository with ease of access, as I just kind of mentioned, and some professional services to get this all set up. So we're looking at about a 3-day quick start on professional services, and the prices are up there right now. A 3-year contract, 36 months. It would be approximately $770 a month. Years 1, 2, and 3. You'll notice in year 1 it's a little bit more. We've worked the price of the services. It's about $6,000. We've worked that into the first year, so make it a little easier to afford it instead of having to pay it all in lump sum. We can spread it out monthly.
And the services is getting the software prepared in their environment, right? Do all the legwork and.
Correct. And with that, to kind of say, it's highly configurable. So part of it is, as I mentioned, I store and save documents maybe different than Drew does, so it can be configured. I know Marvin mentioned, I want to have it by year, so you can have things set up by year, by project, by department. That's part of the services, configuring it. How would you guys like to have it stored, so that when you open up the application and look at it, we're not going to shoehorn you into doing it our way. We want to address the way you guys have it done and configure it that way.
Great. Benefits, you want to talk about that?
Sure. So yeah, we kind of went through the benefits. A lot of this I think I kind of spoke about as we went through, but obviously the centralized repository, fast and easy search retrieval, that's the real big benefit. I mean, I can't say that enough. It's all about efficiency. Everybody here stores things differently, finds things differently, so that's a big thing. The enhanced security, risk compliance, version control, that's one I haven't talked about yet, but anytime someone needs to touch a document and they need to make any changes, there's going to be an audit trail, so you can always go back in. Administrators are the ones who have access to it. Everyday people normally don't, but there will be audit trails so that Marvin or Paula can always go in and find out who made the change to the document, who did what. If for whatever reason we need to go back to a previous version, you can do that, and it's still all tagged, so everything is never deleted. It's always saved on there. Permissions is another one. We have one here, powerful permissions and security. Some people might only need read access, so that's all they can do is see it. Other people need full edit, control access, and even view access. Drew and I work together, but as mentioned, I work with software, he works with some of the hardware stuff. I don't need to see the same information he has, so you can even set permissions so if you're not involved in whatever this is, you don't have a need to see it, you wouldn't even know that it was there. So strong permissions is a big part of it, and then the last thing on there, as I mentioned on the previous slide, is it does integrate with other systems, so over time, you can tie it in and then make that more efficient.
Great. So, again, we wanted to make this concise, this presentation. We could talk about this a long time, but hopefully we hit on the high points. But really, we want to open this up, for any questions that you might have, and hopefully we can answer those.
Well, my question would be, we got a lot of computers in this building, buildings, I should say. I mean, the compatibility with what we have.
Yeah.
We run into new radios and all, we start having to replace everything.
Sure.
Get up to a new system. So, what will this do?
Yeah, great question.
To that.
Yeah, great question. So, compatibility with their current softwares, right?
The good thing with compatibility is this is a cloud system, so as long as you have internet access, all computers now have a more current version of Windows. You can even access this on your phone. So, as far as existing hardware and software and programs that you have, no compatibility issues there. It's all
as long as it can go to the cloud.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't know what our oldest
And
computer
have a tech
is.
person that can find it in that cloud.
Yeah. I guess as long as you have internet access, I mean, that's what the cloud does. It's online.
And so y'all are not talking about starting at this point, moving forward. You're talking about going in and scanning everything that's stored now?
Well,
Is that what I
no,
understood you to say?
yeah, thanks for that clarification. So we are talking about a go-forward strategy so that you can get the software, you can start utilizing it. But you can go back and get those records and scan them in. Fortunately, you guys have a lot of scanners here, and our system is compatible with any scanner that you have.
So it's its own software, because that was gonna be my question, it's its own software that will do the AI and figure everything out, you don't have to have a special scanner for it, like you need desk or something like that.
Good point, yeah, yeah, that's right.
It even goes, certain products, even instead of a watch corporation, sometimes whatever it is, it's not compatible with what you have, whatever works best for the team, how they want to do it. Sometimes we just scan through the folder, the software can matter from there.
Storage, so
Yeah.
is that 100 gigabytes per 7 users, or is that total? 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like with as much paper as our city uses, that's gonna be eaten up real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
The setup right now, as per quoted, is just for total, 100 gigabytes total. And with that, very good concern. A lot of times when it comes to, oh my God, 100 gigabytes doesn't sound like that much. I don't have the exact map, but when you look at just a document, paper, not videos or other files or forms that we store digitally, you get about a million documents for, I want to say about 10 gigs. So 100 gigabytes was a good starting point. Over time, yes, it will need to grow, but just one simple document is actually a lot smaller than people think. Lots of times storage is taken up by other file formats.
So basically, you're talking about millions of documents.
Exactly.
You can store them.
Exactly.
And I'm assuming the 100 is built into that price, if we ever needed to add, then the price would go up.
Correct.
And what would happen at the end if, say, after the 3 years, they weren't happy, we wanted to go a different route? How do we retrieve all of our stuff
Yeah,
from the
great
cloud,
question.
if it's in the cloud and not on a physical server?
Yep.
Yes, and that is a big thing with our product. We do not keep your documents hostage. You can go in there as long as you have the permission. You can download them on any other storage device or whatever you had. We have nothing, we're not going to keep anything hostage or any of that, so very easy to go get it and retrieve it.
Change your mind on price?
Yeah, it's gonna go up from here. No.
I guess the one thing is why, I know y'all kind of covered it, but if you're not going back and setting stuff up or scanning stuff and you're only adding the software, I guess I don't see why there's such a huge price increase for just downloading the software unless you're having to configure it or something.
So are you, you're asking, okay, so you're asking,
So we're already paying for the software within the 770. So why the 6,000? Like, what is the 6,000?
Gotcha.
what's the setup
first,
about?
yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That is, that's actually a 3-day quick start. That has nothing really to do with the storage or anything. That's just configuring it. So we come in, we would take a day, understand what, the best way I can put it. When you open your Windows computer and how it looks, when you open your file system and how it looks, how do you guys want yours classified? By year, by month, by whatever. Just for our programmers to go in and set it up so that when it's open, the view is, again, like I said, I don't want to force what we normally do on you guys, so that is a 3-day service to get it set up, to get it configured, to get it rolled out. It also has a half-a-day of training for the team. That is just configuration, so this is probably a more accurate term to describe it. That said, also, just to point to that, also part of it, I know, once we get it configured, then that's Marvin and team adds more information in. It's called metadata to get geeky, if you will, on the terms. All that is information about whatever it is. So again, say you have an invoice that you put in. The metadata on the invoice might be, my license name is McDonald. McDonald Incorporated on November 2023, whatever. The pieces of information, Marvin maybe mentioned a year, an address, a person's name, something like that. So that's part of the configuration of setting up the metadata, call it views, that he likes to pull his information from.
Marvin, how do you see this working? I mean, would you put a team of people scanning every day
We'll have to.
to catch up what's already there, or?
Yeah, we would have to start doing that, but starting it from now going forward, and then in the meantime, we'd have to bring somebody in to scan, and all that, 'cause unless Drew will do it for free.
Marvin's thinking about volunteering me.
Yeah, I'm not real sure I understand that. If this is is a go-forward strategy, then we start and we just go forward.